Timmy Mallet at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I never thought I'd see that, Timmy Mallet. And I got hammered on the head.
You certainly do, Bev.
With a mallet.
The thing is, you know me best as a man with a mallet. But I'm also a man with a palette. A paint palette. And this is what I've been painting.
Isn't that amazing?
What do you think?
Look at that. The Queen is in the box.
Yeah, it's a Ringer Royal phone box, and I really love this idea of members of the royal family inside an iconic British phone box. You know, how often do you go into a phone box these days? You tend to go into shelter from the rain, don't you? But to actually use one, it's probably quite some years since you've done that. But I love the idea of members of the royals. So I painted the Queen here on her phone. Let's just see it. Your Majesty, would you like to ride the big one? Ooh, yes, Philip and I would be delighted. Brilliant.
I was just going to ask, has she seen it? What does she think? I mean, obviously she's watching right now. Her Majesty is watching.
Look, they have all seen it because it's been on show outside the Royal Albert Hall, the O2, and then Windsor Castle. So every time she drove out of Windsor Castle, she would see this. And I know that they've all enjoyed it. I'm absolutely delighted it's here in Blackpool now at the Pleasure Beach. So what I've done is I've put her underneath the royal emblem. You know, the royal standard.
Yes.
When you have that, that's to show that the Queen is at home. And here she is at home.
She's very much at home. And look at the wee corgi.
There's the corgi dog. That's her favourite pet. And then I put the signature right down the very, very bottom.
Let's have a look at that. That's amazing.
And the reason I put that down there, Bev, is so that when you look for the signature, you bow to Her Majesty.
Oh, I see.
So you'll see me bowing. Rather fun, isn't it?
I love it. You've really thought about this. Now, obviously, we know you as the great children's entertainer and adult entertainer, let's face it.
Thank you.
How did you discover that you were a dab hand at the palette and not the mallet?
Well, I'm good at both of them, thanks. I've always loved art. I've always been a painter. I painted, my dad encouraged me, and now I paint at every opportunity. But to do something this scale, a piece of public art, it is quite different, and it's quite a challenge. It turned up at my house, just a fiberglass phone box, when Esther Ranson called me up. She said, "Timmy, would you paint a phone box for Childline?" I said, "Yeah." But I didn't realise quite what a scale it was going to be, how massive. So it turned up and it was in the garden at my house for 2 months while I painted it.
What's round the other side? This intrigues me. Look. Oh, look.
Here, I've got Prince Harry. Okay, so Prince Harry is doing his Usain Bolt pose like this.
Yes, love it.
Like that. And I put him in one of the old-fashioned phone boxes. Remember the push button A and push button? You wouldn't remember that. Push button A and push button B. There's a little postcard at the top, and then right at the very, very top is Pinky Punky the mallet. Because
See that?
when Harry was a little toddler, his favourite TV show was Whackaday. He and Wills used to watch Whackaday with their mum.
Watch then, haven't we?
It's nice, isn't it? Blah, blah, blah. You want to come round and see what else is on it?
The next one.
Okay.
Oh my! Oh, look at this. Hang on, I have to get in at the angle, right? Oh look, there she is. There we go.
I put this here.
Oh, you've got better arms than me.
Now there you go. There's
There we
Megan.
go.
Now what I did.
Very modern.
Well, I've only just added her. I've just put her in because I love the idea of her wrapped in the Union flag. So if you look up here, there's the Union Jack all the way down, and she's right there, wrapped in it, looking over her shoulder at her beloved on the other side. It's nice, isn't it?
That is lovely. I wonder what she thinks that means. It's not every day you get to be in a post box. Not a post box.
Phone
on
box.
a phone box.
I know.
Do you do post boxes as well?
Haven't done yet. So Bev, do you want to see what's on the fourth side?
Yeah. Let's go. There we go. I'll take that back.
Okay.
Here we go.
Do you want me here?
Yes. Oh look.
So now we've got Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge. she's on her iPhone in that beautiful blue dress. The sort of thing that you'd like to wear, Bev.
How did you know blue is my
Blue is
colour?
your colour, isn't it?
But also green, because we're in Glasgow, so we don't like to take sides.
No, okay. So there we go. We've got her in a lovely blue dress, and down the bottom is a pram, an old-fashioned pram. On the back of the pram is a crown, and inside is a little hand with a rattle. I put the blue ribbon there for her firstborn, George. And what's she got? She got 3 now: George, Charlotte, and Louis.
Oh, that's well remembered.
Yeah. And up the top, right at the very top there, can you see the yellow polka dots?
Yes.
That's because her first record she ever bought was Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini. My record.
It's your record.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Timmy Mallet, you're a star. Now look, I'm very excited because you've got Scottish links, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Tell
yeah.
me more.
Right. Okay. Well, my dear brother Martin,
Come round here again. Yes.
with Down syndrome, has lived for many years in Aberdeen, and he's reached his potential every single day of his life at Newton Dean, part of the Camp Hill community. And Aberdeen really helped my brother sparkle. They call it the Sparkling Granite City.
Yes.
And I am so proud of our connections to Aberdeen. And
Do you still go up?
I do, yes I do. My dear brother Martin sadly passed away last year, and I went on a big pilgrimage cycle ride to Santiago de Compostela in northwest Spain. And I took with him the little Martin Mallet name tags. You know, the things your mum sews in the back of your clothes, to say they're yours. And so all across Europe, I've laid his name tags in a special view, a vineyard, a church, a castle, somewhere special. And it feels like part of Martin, part of where he lived in Aberdeen, is right there across Europe. And he reminds me every day that all we have to do in life is to reach our potential, Bev.
Yes.
And it's dead easy. You don't have to be the best in the world, just the best Bev that you can be, and you're very good at that.
Oh, I'll try my best. That would be brilliant. And also, your dad painted a Scottish bridge, didn't he?
Yes, he did, yeah.
Tell me about that.
Okay, so he went on holiday 50 years ago to Gatehouse of Fleet, which, as you know, is in the beautiful Galloway lowlands.
Yes.
Most people dash straight past the lowlands on their hurry north. Never go far past it because it's absolutely God's own country. It's a beautiful place. And I found the reference to this painting in his diary. And so, with a bit of help from Kirkcudbright National Gallery and Rachel, who's the curator there, I went in search of this bridge. And the note was, it might be a little tricky to find. It was really hard. But I did find it, and I found the exact moss-covered stone in the stream where my dad had put the easel up to paint this bridge. And I set my own paints up 50 years later and did my version of it. Now the two paintings are side by side in the Kirkcudbright National Gallery, and I'm absolutely
wonderful,
thrilled to bits with that. Really deeply honoured.
You see, I love that. Is there any other Scottish landmark or person that you would like to paint?
I'm standing right next to one of the jewels of Scotland, one of the most adorable people I know from Scotland, my darling Bev.
Timmy Mallet.
You, darling. I'm going to paint you.
Sorry, Susan Boyle, I was angling for that, but what can I say? Timmy Mallet, you've been a gem. Thank you so much.
God bless you.